Good morning, beautiful women. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you who are new to my world, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. I am Hannah Jane. I'm the founder of Radiant Goddess Revolution. And what I do is I activate women to step into their power so that they manifest the life they've been dreaming of, so that they create success in all areas of life on their own terms, without hustle, with ease, in a way that feels good to them because they're aligned in their energy. And a big part of this work, I mean, like most of it, all of it really, is to really release the ways that we are not in integrity with ourselves. And so what I'm going to be sharing with you today briefly is understanding that your next level requires a next level version of you. And this is why a lot of people stay stuck in manifestation. So I'm going to share with you about my upcoming mastermind, Desire Queen. And I'm also going to share with you what's required for you to really experience what women are calling a quantum leap, really shift your paradigm, really create your heaven on earth, what's required for that, and help you understand where you're holding yourself back. So I see some people hopping on. Feel free to say hello in the comments so I can see who's watching. Thank you for joining me. So here's the thing. Let's just go back to manifestation basics. We are energetic beings. We create based off of how we're feeling, how we're thinking, how we're believing, how we're acting. And if we have, so I just did in my group, Radiant Goddess Revolution. If you're not in there and you would like to be in there and catch all the other past trainings I've done, feel free to request to join. It's linked in my bio. I just did an little mini anxiety clearing session this morning, and I was talking about, those of us who've gone through a lot of trauma or abuse, oftentimes we're holding on to that in our energetic field. And until we clear that and heal that, we are really going to hold ourselves back from becoming who we need to be to manifest what we want. So a lot of this work is, sure, it's becoming, but the way we really become another version of ourselves is by releasing everything that we are not. And so the mistake people make is they think, oh, I can just do more and manifest what I want. But if you have tried this, you know it doesn't work, right? You may have a few belief systems in place that say, ooh, if I work really hard, I can get this. But most women who come to me are like, it's not working. I'm trying and it's not working. I'm doing all the things and I don't know what it is. And what this is it's your energy. It's who are you being? And why this is so tricky is that we have something called blind spots, meaning we don't see how we're operating, because likely this is something you picked up in childhood and it's how you've been operating your entire life and you just don't see it, right? We can't heal what we don't see. And what we need to understand is that as humans, we've gone through our lives only experiencing one set of events, typically, like one type of experience. And so it can be hard to, with our human mind, understand logically, how do I create something totally new? And when we're looking at it with our logic, it seems impossible, it seems difficult, or we buy into the systems that tell us, oh, you just need to do more, you just need to try harder, you just need to do X, Y, Z. But if you have been trying this, you know it doesn't work. So what's required to create your next level, what's required to go to where you want to be, is to become a version of you that you've never been before. And this is going to require a lot of self-love. It's going to require a lot of honesty. It's going to require a lot of dedication, like really having your own back. Discipline. Discipline is one of the best forms of self-love. And I'm not talking about discipline as in hustle, go do more. I'm talking about being really honest with yourself about where are you letting yourself down? Where are you holding on to things that are not serving you? Where are you holding on to beliefs and ways of viewing yourself that are not in alignment with what you desire? Because here's the thing, until we feel worthy, it's not going to happen. And I can tell you this because this happened to me in my business when I first started my coaching business a couple years ago. Hello to everyone hopping on. I knew I wanted more. I knew that this is what I wanted to do, but I was energetically carrying around a lot of baggage from my past. I had a lot of unhealed trauma. So on the surface, I said, I want this, I know I can do it. But when I kept running into a roadblock, like nothing's moving, I had to be forced to do the one thing that works, and that was work on me. It's always an inner game. our outer reality is mirroring to us what we're holding inside. And so for those of you who are like, I'm doing all the things, but nothing's working, well, you can kind of reverse engineer this and see what is or is not manifesting in your outer world. And that will help you see what needs to be what you need to shift inside. So what I find with the women I work with is always something along the lines of worthiness. That's always a big one, right? So even though we consciously, with our logical mind, say, I'm worthy, of course I'm worthy, oftentimes there's programs running deep that tell us a story that's completely opposite to that, right? And that can be childhood trauma. That could be like a time you tried something and it didn't go the way you wanted. It could be anything, right? It could be like one little event, or it could be a series of events. It's just this worthiness thing to work through. Also capability, right? So sometimes we don't believe that, we believe it's possible for others, but we don't believe it's possible for us. For me, this all ties into worthiness, but it shows up in different ways. And another big one is trust, right? So the version of you who is manifesting the life of her dreams, she trusts, right? She understands these laws, and she knows that if she does her part, that life will come in and do its part. Where we tend to overdo things, where we tend to put our fingers all over it and not actually surrender it, because that's part of the manifestation process, right? At some point we need to let it go and hand it over and trust. If we don't believe we're enough, or we don't believe that life is going to do its part, we will just cling to it really tightly. We won't let go, right? So we actually don't give it a chance to come in. It's kind of like, let me use an analogy here. It's like if you go to a restaurant, right? And you put in your order. You decide what you want and you put in your order. You have to let the waiter go and put that order into the kitchen. And the funny thing is, we trust that, but we don't trust life to do the same thing for us, right? So oftentimes we're like, let me keep asking. Let me keep checking and seeing where it is. Oh, maybe I need to try 10 different strategies, right? Like we keep changing it. We never actually hand the order over. We're like trying to manipulate and control the whole thing because we don't trust. So that's another big way that we hold ourselves back, right? So not feeling worthy, not feeling capable, not really believing that it can happen for us. Maybe you see it's possible with other people, but you don't think it's possible for you. Again, that's a worthiness thing. Not trusting enough to let go. Right? There's a lot of ways we hold ourselves back. Another big way is that we're not actually listening to our own inner guidance. So what happens is when we are in this fight or flight energy, we're not calm. We're not hearing the guidance. And so we're taking action. The voice we're listening to is our logical mind that only knows what it knows, right? You only know what you've experienced so far, or what other people tell you is possible. And that's going to keep you very limited when you want to totally shift your reality. So in order to create the life you really desire, it requires you being a whole new version of you. It requires you releasing all the things you think you know, all the ways you've currently been being, and really transform from the inside out. Because just a reminder, everything that's manifesting in your outer reality is reflecting back to you what you're holding inside. And so when you're feeling like things aren't manifesting and you're telling stories of, I can't do this, I'm not a good manifester. One, that's a lie. You're a natural born manifester. We are all creators. You're literally just creating based off of what's inside. So if you don't like what's showing up, you need to do the inner work. And this is the work we're going to be doing in Desire Queen. This is really the foundations of what I teach. I have a couple of self-paced programs like specific to working through different things. And then I have one-on-one mentoring. But in my mastermind, Desire Queen, what we are going to be doing is really diving deep into the inner transformation. This is where you become the version of you need to become in order to receive it all. Because I know you're not here to play small. I know you're not here to just succeed in one area or to do it by other people's rules. You want to succeed in your own way, and you want it to be effortless, and you want it to feel good, and you want to be in abundance and overflow, and you want to feel good in your body, and you want to have amazing relationships, and you want to make a lot of money, and you want to have a beautiful impact on the world. You want it all. And the key to doing that is by you becoming the true version of you, releasing all the ways that you are not being the fullness of you. We're manifesting all day, every day. It's just that oftentimes, one, we're not believing that. and we're just giving our power away. We're not being our true authentic selves. The key to unlocking your abundance is you being you. Our natural state is overflow, it's abundance. And this requires an entire identity shift, right? So in Desire Queen, this is a 6-week mastermind. Spaces are limited because I want to keep the group small. There's also a VIP upgrade option if you know you want extra support through this. It's 2 calls per week. And this is where we help you go through, I lead you through the inner work to become the alchemist of your life. So we work through the limiting beliefs. We work through the self-concept. We work through actually getting on board with your desire, dreaming bigger. What do you actually want? You know, all the ways you're playing small, we work through that. And we do the inner transformation with the inner work to transform from the inside out and to get your energy flowing. This is where we master your energy and your emotions, right? Emotional intelligence is a big part of this, because you can't create the life you desire while still operating the same. You know, you can be taking different actions, right? But if internally, more or less, you're feeling the same, if you haven't learned to upgrade your entire way of being, nothing different's really going to manifest. And so this is where we do collapse time. This is where we get you in touch with the greater part of who you are. This is your energy. We connect you with the higher aspect of yourself. We get you out of just trying to accomplish things via your human, because we know that doesn't work. That's why you're stuck. So we get you really connected with the truth of who you are, really work on the worthiness or anything that's going on, get you connected with the infinite intelligence within you so that you're working smarter, not harder. And this is how you collapse time. This is how you quantum leap. You completely change the way you're operating. You completely change who you're being. And, you know, this is all in our minds, right? This is how we're viewing ourselves, our self-concept, what we're believing about ourselves, what we're believing about life. And when we take the time to actually do this work, things can shift very quickly. So this is a 6-week mastermind, 2 calls per week, taught live. It's a private Facebook group. What else would I like to say about this? It's on pre-sale right now until the end of the month, so until the 31st. So if you would like to get in on that, let me know. I will link it in the bio, or it's linked in my bio, but I will link it in this video when I hop off. There's a payment plan also if you would like that, so you can read all the details about it, about the VIP upgrade if you want to see about that. And we start in August, so I don't have the date picked out just yet, but it should be right around mid-August. So I am sending you love, beautiful woman. Know that you can be, do, and have whatever you want. This is about mastering your energy. This is about mastering you. This is about becoming who you need to become in order to receive what you want. And this work is not anything crazy, because really what we're doing is we are getting you to be your most authentic version. It's releasing all the things you've picked up in life that aren't you. They're not in alignment with you and your truth. So I don't want anyone to think that this is a difficult thing. It can be difficult in the sense of we're working through emotions that aren't comfortable, right? We're changing beliefs that we've been holding our entire lives. But as you do this, you free yourself. And as you release all of the things that have been weighing you down, you're left with the true, authentic version of yourself. And of course, when you change your energy, what shows up completely changes too. So the key to unlocking your abundance is you. I say that a lot, and it's because it's so true. And it's like giving yourself the freedom and the permission to really be and express what's on your heart, you know, what your soul wants you to experience in this life. It's really releasing the resistance and getting out of your own way. So if you are ready to experience a complete transformation from the inside out, Desire Queen is the mastermind for you. And I do have a few spaces open for private mentoring as well. So I will link everything in the description of this video as soon as I hop off. I am sending you love. Have a beautiful day, and I will connect with you again soon. Bye.